on everyone, my name is Max Chesnut from ExploreWithMax and I'm here with Pratik from Solstice Retouch. We're here at the photo show in Birmingham, United Kingdom, and we have something special for you today. We're doing a edit off where two photographers or editors, whatever creatives are around, they go head to head in a challenge where they each get two images. You decide what program you're using, Photoshop, Lightroom, Capture One.
Basically, you can't use any actions, scripts, presets, or any of that stuff, so it's just pure skill.
I'm going up against a master and I am regretting my decision of choosing Pratik, but we have 5 other creatives, 5 other teams coming up later today, and we're excited to show you what we have going on. Let's just get into it right now.
Good luck, Max.
What are you using?
I'm gonna be using Photoshop straight away because I need all the tools I can get.
Pratik's the king at Photoshop as well. I'm using Lightroom myself, and it's gonna be interesting, especially with the images that we have picked. We're actually not 100% sure what we have, so let's dive in and see what we got.
All right, perfect.
All right, let's go. So right off the bat, what I'm looking here is I love this image that Tina shot. I'm gonna look at a few of the things that I can do. I'm gonna clean up the skin. I'm gonna do my base edits right here at the moment. So I like a little bit moodier, so I'm gonna go for some crushed blacks, mute those whites. I want to keep the skin tone.
So I think what I'm going to do first and foremost is go straight into the spot healing brush because that is the fastest tool needed. I'm using current and below, or sample all layers I should say, to clean up the skin and get through a lot done in a short amount of time. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these spit lines because they are really distracting. And this is a really clean, actually not a clean look. So I'm going to make sure it looks still messy but a little bit polished.
Let's just do a simple tone curve in here. So we don't have a ton of time. I don't want to I'm just going to do some really fast edits here. I'm going to come into the HSL here. This is one of my most powerful tools that I can use.
I'm going to go ahead and jump straight into some clone work after this. I might soften up the texture. So let's do that next. That's my healing. I'm not going to name the exact time. So first there's healing. Secondly, I'm going to go into my clone brush, use a 5% flow. Let's zoom out here for a bit. And I'm going to soften up some of that skin texture here. Make a lot of difference. When you zoom out, I think that's what you're looking for, is having the most difference when you zoom out, because you're not really pixel peeping in this kind of an image. But what you're trying to do is clean up the most distracting elements. So it's basically the fast version of a retouched image.
What I'm going to do actually is saturation, because I can see that it's getting a little bit too orange. I'm going to keep that skin as it is. I'm going to come in here and boost a little bit of the luminosity, make those colors pop just a little bit more, and bring that down. Okay, I'm pretty happy with my colors right here, so I'm going to come in and start cleaning up some of the skin. I cannot compete with Pratik and the skin retouch, but I'm going to try and do the best I can.
So what I will do is continue spot healing and cloning till we have a really clean image, at least as far as we can get. And then from there, we'll go ahead and I'm going to use a blank layer really quick. I'm going to use just a standard paintbrush with a really low flow to even out those highlight areas.
I'm going to come down here now and add a little bit of a vignette to focus in on those lips just right off the bat. Constantly checking what I've been doing. Okay, really happy with what I'm seeing here. Clear out that. I'm going to sharpen this up just a hair. Okay.
So I'm just going to create the illusion that I manually evened it out without going too far on the texture here, because the main emphasis is on the lips actually. And then after that I'm going to add some pop, going to black and white adjustment layer, set it to soft light real quick, and then turn it on and off. I think I'm going to boost up the purples. Does that work? No, not really.
I'm going to desaturate, come back down here, bring them back up just a hair. I did global down. Everything else is looking pretty good. I don't want to screw with this too much. I'm really happy with what I'm seeing here. So you can see the skin's like popping up a little bit more.
What I think I'm gonna do here is then also go into my high pass, filter other high pass, and then sharpen up some of that texture. I'll go to hard light. Actually, let's go to overlay. We're gonna mask that in real quick. I'll mask in all those details at 100%. And then I'll go ahead and add a curve really quick. Let's see if we can do some dodging and burning. Let me zoom out real fast and I'll start doing some dodge to even out some skin transitions here.
Man, I've never edited anything like this, so it's interesting to get outside your comfort zone and do something that I've never really shot or experienced. I kind of like how this is a bit stray. I know there's these little stray hairs that Pratik's gonna clean up, but I just don't have the power with Lightroom, but that's okay. Let's see what we can do in here.
Okay, so there's some issues here that I want to lighten up because the transitions are actually not too bad, so we won't spend a ton of time doing it. I'm going to amplify some of these highlights by some manually dodging, like that, because I think Max is probably not going to do this. I think he's there using Lightroom, so he doesn't have the fine control that I do.
I don't have a ton of time. I like having a little bit of warmth in there. Yeah, that warmth is looking good. I don't want to take it too far. Like I said, I'm going to bounce down just a hair. Let's see crushing those blacks a little bit more. Oh man, we have 30 seconds left. Let's see, is there anything else that I can see around here that we can clean up? I'm just gonna see if I can take off some of these small ones.
And we can then go into some quick curves for color grading. I'll go to my blues. I'm gonna increase the blues a little bit like that, because it's a really pretty cool image anyway. So I just wanna tone down some of the reds. Let's see what this looks like before.
Ooh, it's getting close. Oh man, I'm just scared to see what Pratik has.
But that's a big difference. So I'm feeling pretty good about that for now. And I'll go ahead. Oops, too much. 2% flow. I'll reduce that really quick and also reduce this side perhaps a little bit.
Going last little.
Let's see. I'll use 10%. I'll go in there and try to reduce the redness of the skin around the makeup.
Last little bits.
And that should look pretty good.
Oh.
Okay.
Hands up. Oh. should we do a quick see? All right, let's switch. Oh, look at that. All right, let's hop on to the second one.
All right, so we're gonna open this. We have this open. We're gonna increase the exposure here, but the highlights are blown out a little bit. So I'm gonna bring that in like this, reduce the highlights. I'm gonna hit open image. Now that I have the image open, we're gonna do the same principle here, but this one, I think what I'm gonna do here is just continue on and go ahead and use spot healing brush too, because I think Max is using his Lightroom technique, so he's a little bit slow.
Ooh, so darker skin tones can be incredibly difficult to edit, but right off the bat here, I'm seeing a bit of shadow here and I'm fighting some highlights. So right off the bat, I'm gonna bring these highlights down just a hair and then go with the contrast. There's quite a bit of shadow over here. So what I'm gonna do is bring this up. I'm gonna bring that down. I'm not gonna crush those blacks this time. This time I'm gonna do the opposite. What I'm seeing up here is I'm getting a bit of purple fringing. I'm not liking what I'm seeing there, so I'm gonna come into the tint and counteract that. I'm gonna go for a bit of a I could go for a moody, but I think I want to go light. I want to go for a lighter edit this time.
Unless I actually don't know what he's using. I don't know. He might be using Photoshop, but I don't think so. I still hear he's doing some processing, so not really worried about him. We can be done right now, and I feel pretty confident. So not too bad. I'm just going and doing the spot healing again. I think I'm going to convert this one to black and white real quick as well, because I think the black and white looks even better with this particular image with the mood. And let's increase the skin tonality here so you have a better balance. Let's actually zoom out here and see what the balance is to get a good nice base like this. I think that looks pretty good. And then we might bring some of the saturation off like that. I think that looks really good. That's a nice balance. We'll continue down here where you see some of these marks. Again, I'll remove the things that are most obvious to me, because that's my winning principle. We'll use healing and cloning, but right now I think that looks pretty good for my healing work.
So what I'm gonna do is bring in some saturation. Actually, I'm gonna counteract that saturation, desaturate, bring vibrancy up. Take some, I'm gonna go down one with clarity to make it a little bit softer. I'm gonna bring those highlights down just to counteract that exposure bump that I did. Come back in here and do a simple tone curve. Again, I'm gonna bring that up, and then I'm gonna give this like a little bit of fade. So I'm gonna bring that up here to, you can see the fade that's happening there. Okay, so what I'm seeing is it's a little bit too bright for my liking. Bring that down. Okay, there's a massive amount of sharpening here that's I'm not liking, so I'm gonna bring that down.
I don't have a lot more to do, but I'll go ahead and continue because I think I have some time left anyway. Not really too concerned. Let's zoom out here for a second. This background blur is bothering me just a bit. I'm gonna go ahead and soften that up. I might just tone down those. Actually, no, I'm gonna 40 seconds.
Oh man, there's only 40 seconds left. I haven't got anywhere near where I want to go.
What? Okay, let's continue. I'm gonna go ahead and soften up some of these transitions a little bit with my flow here. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the under eyes just a touch. And I think this is gonna bring me home to a position where I'm pretty happy.
Color is where I need to focus on right now. So I'm gonna get rid of these purples that I'm seeing in here. I'm gonna hop in and counteract this as much as I can.
With where I'm gonna end up, so I'm not too concerned.
Desaturate those, bring these up. I'm gonna head down to the color calibration and see what fun things I can do.
Let's go, let me soften that up here. Even these transitions here where you can see the shadows falling into the highlights.
Fun
Let's do a little bit of color toning.
Reds, we don't want to mess with this face.
Now we have something really clean and classic.
Oh, that's it, that's what we have.
Okay, we did it.
Okay. All right, Pratik.
Let's see what we got.
See what we have?
Oh, totally different.
Totally different. All right, Pratik, good game.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I'm excited to see who ends up being the winner here. I was so nervous that entire time.
I could tell, and you were out of your element because the portraits primarily.
Both of them were portraits. I'm a landscape shooter, and that's like portraits are your like master. Like,
I paid off Tina, so what can I say?
Dude, thank you for participating. And we have our next two coming up right now. Who do we have coming up right now?
So we're gonna have a surprise, so you get to see what's happening next.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Next one, here we go. Thank you so much. What did you think of the competition? Let me know in the comments below. But if you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that like, subscribe button. And also, here's my Instagram. If you're interested in more of my work, my creative work, I am actually right now packing up to head to Iceland for 7 days. I'm hosting a 7-day photo tour out there with my friend Pratik, who you saw in the video. I'm so excited to be out there with everyone. And if you want to check out more, make sure to follow that Instagram. Make sure to share with your friends. And until next time, guys, peace.